So I finally watched the movie Nope. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's from Jordan Peele. You know, his movies who, like so when Get Out and Us. Get Out is one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time, which you guys know. Us was okay. It was okay to me, but it had its moments to me. It had its moments. So me going into this was low expectations because a lot of people hyped this up and everything. So I thought, and I haven't even gotten a chance to watch it. I know, insane, right? But when you have Stephen Yeun from The Walking Dead, fan favorite who actually died. No, we didn't want him to die. Serious and shit like that. So. And then you get the guy who's the thing from Get Out. And then you have her. I don't know about her in general. So this movie itself, well, it has some great points and it's some bad points, in this movie. But let's look at the review, how much it is. So 83% on Rotten Tomatoes, 77% on Media Critic, and 6.8. In a nutshell, epic, fantastic, and not just, the 83% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now you probably think to yourself, like, well, what do I gonna think of it? Well, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna be bros about this. So anyhow, let's just roll it, shall we? Yes. Let's just roll it, right, yes. So, the bonus positive things first. So, 10 seconds into this movie, I was hooked. Straight away. It basically is, spoiler alert here a little bit. Well, you know what, you probably have already watched it before me. So, there's a monkey, and this monkey has a meaning or something because what happens is a bloodbath. There's blood all over and stuff. It turns out it's killed a lot of people. And I'm like, oh shit. Wow, this is going to be a really showdown. It's going to be really epic, so. And, yeah. It's going to be really epic. Then it takes you to, him and his pop. And they just hit the ranch and everything, and then all of a sudden there's a dark cloud goes over, and all of a sudden he's from a distance, and the horse is moving, and Pops falls off the horse. It turns out his eyeball has gone shoved straight into his head, and he passes away. So there's some trauma after that, which I liked how it was gonna go in blending into the story with the trauma. So yeah. You ask yourself, like, what else is with the monkey? What's got to do with the monkey? Well, it has to do, during this time between, and because he sells these horses to, The Walking Dead, him, where you see there, for money, because they're not, like, really getting the money, they lose the money. It is. All of a sudden, there's a kind of a flying saucer, UFO, you would think it's a UFO straight away before you see it. So they try to get it for exposure and money. But obviously, it's 2 steps ahead, obviously. Yeah. So, we get to a backstory now with Steven. I don't even know what you call him in this, but I'm just going to call him Steven. A one that I like because I liked him in The Walking Dead. Well, it turns out it takes you back to the Monkey series, of what was at the start, of the blood, the gore, And it turns out he was on the show and he's under the table seeing all this happen. So when he's actually more grown up, he's I can't say that word right. He's kind of like made money out of it. And he kind of has a fucking museum in his fucking secret doorway. Things in glass and all this kind, had to do with that time when he was on that serious show. So he's making money out of it, which, I think anybody else may would, but this is when he's got trauma. The difference is he's making money out of it. So you can see there's some backstory here between these two, and I'm like, oh great, this is fantastic. I can invest in this and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get straight to a point here. That's the positives. There is another positive out there. What I want to say, like so. There's a short spoiler here. There's a shot. A beautiful shot. But before I'm gonna have to discuss something else first. I'm trying to give non-spoilers, but spoiler-free, but at the same time, I'm gonna have to maybe give it a little bit spoiler, as well. So, it comes down to it that Stephen here, I'm going to connect to this shit. If I can connect to the monkey, I can connect to the UFO. That's basically gonna come down, and maybe we have a couple of beers, and maybe you can ride my horse, stuff like that, cause I'm a pretty badass it is, yeah. And and then it just sucks him up, but you don't see it, and it just sucks a bunch of people up. This is the part I said, right, we're going to have an invasion, because I thought something was going to come out the UFO, and it's just like that, and that's it. Like, this is one of the negatives, and I just thought it sucked. I said, you just get me invested in about the monkey situation with him, and that's how he goes out? That's how he goes out. Yeah, he's done some pretty fucked up things, which I thought, I thought would have been a lot more better. He went out bad. Oh shit, what the hell, man, he's out, man. I gotta do something about it. Oh no, I've got this trauma and everything like that, Oh no, there's a nerdy pervert trying to get my sister. I'm gonna fuck him up. Never mind the UFO, I'm gonna fuck him up. Something like that. And, oh! So, back to the positives, this is what I was saying. The next part, you'll find out a lot. So, they're in this house, and he's in his cat truck, on the way back, and he stops because the UFO, which they assume it's not a UFO, goes over, and it stops the reception on phones, Wi-Fi, everything. Oh yeah, everything, shuts down. And it's like it stalks its prey over the house. And then all of a sudden, this beautiful shot, because it's raining, it's dark as well. Blood, and I mean lots of blood, pours all over the house, everything like that. And it's shot beautiful. This is shot beautiful. I think that's one of my favorite parts of this movie, because it wasn't just look scary, intimidating. There was loads of blood. It was more done better than Evil Dead Rise from that elevator, I think it was great, that part, and then the next day it's gone and disappeared, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then there's a sign, and the decoy of the horse goes through the windshield, and that's it. So they try to not capture, but try to expose and just to make money out of it, So they do this scenario, and this is why I won't spoil, but I will spoil a little bit. because the reveal of the monster or whatever it is, comes to play, and I just felt underwhelmed with it. Let me show you this. So this is the reveal of what it is. It like folds and transports into a like kind of a UFO and starts sucking and that. This is it. It looks like a jellyfish, but it looks like, them blankets what you have in the school days, them giant blankets, and you roll like food. It looked like that. I was like, well, I can see what they're trying to do, something different, but it was just so underwhelming of what it did, and it was questions that needed to be asked. Why, if you look away, it doesn't take you, but if you look at it, it takes you. Why did all the signal go off and phones go off with it, and stuff like that, Yeah. So, like I said, I'm not going to spoil the fully ending, but to me that felt underwhelmed as well. Stuff like that. What do I think of this movie? I thought it was good on the first part, but I just don't think it should have been on 2 hours. I think that a long span like that, it kind of a little bit long because I think it just went down a little bit between the movie, as well. So, was it a bad movie? It wasn't a bad movie. I just wanted to so invest in the characters with their trauma and everything. See how things played out, and it just seemed like it went off a bit track. But his movies, Jordan Peele's, does this. He makes creative stuff and then has those kind of endings and, like, he doesn't give a shit on how the movie's played out, as long as he gets the actors. So to me, for this movie, I'm going to give this is a tough one. Oh, I gotta give this a 6 out of 10. It is, and the gory horror moments, I'm gonna give this, I'm gonna give this a 5. What do you guys think? Let me down in the comments below.